apple tree, man. Look at that apple tree, man.
It's got apples.
What a massive apple by the fish.
Anyway, you join us on the 23rd of August 2023 for the Imperial Geographical Society expedition to West Wight. Now, most people, upon hearing we're doing an IGS expedition during our honeymoon, would assume that this is my idea. I assure you it wasn't. You might not believe me, but it was genuinely the Empress's idea to hold an IGS expedition. We're currently in the gardens of Tennyson's house. Farringford House, which was inhabited by Alfred Lord Tennyson, the author, poet laureate. Now, unfortunately, we got the timing wrong for the house tour, so we're going to leave and come back again, and we're going to walk up to All Saints Church, which is quite nearby, and I believe an Anglo-Saxon foundation, but I'll just do some more research about that on my smartphone and then start recording again to get some more info across. It's a bit of it's just a walk through some. After we leave the garden, we're just going up like a road with cars, so it's not that interesting. But we'll start recording again once we get a bit closer. We're now approaching All Saints, the parish church of Freshwater. So Anglo-Saxon foundations, pre-schism foundations there. Church of England Church, of course. And we'll just see if we can have a look inside while we're waiting for the house tour to begin at the Tennyson house, which is about a 25-minute walk we just had.
Diocese of Portsmouth.
Diocese of Portsmouth, yeah. Got the war memorial here and a very old looking yew tree. I don't know how old that might be. Why not? Oh, well, I was just going to get a close-up of the sign there. It says there's been, well, I'll try to zoom in. There has been a church on this site since the 9th century. The daughter church, St Agnes, which is a little thatched roof church, which we won't have time to go to, is in Freshwater Bay, which isn't too far from here. This part of the church is the oldest. The foundations, 9th century, but this part seems to be 1100s. So this is Norman work we're looking at here. But some of the stones, they believe, could be from an earlier building. So Saxon brickwork, but arranged into Norman arches here. Now we can't stay here too long because, of course, we do need to get back in time for the house tour. But it's a very nice, peaceful and quite cool, quite shady building. If only it wasn't for the hedge trimmer going on next door. Centenary portrait bust, commissioned in 1992. 1992, yeah. If you pause the video, you'll be able to read the information here. This is in this little side chapel here at All Saints Freshwater. Oh, now that's interesting. Supposed monument of Sir Roger de Afton, or Afton, Lord of the Manor in the reign of Edward III. So it's also going back quite some way.
So Gemmahead face is the artist's wife's face.
Oh, I see. So they used his wife as a model.
Yeah, and the angel in the second window there is Tennyson's wife.
Okay, and is that
Emily Tennyson.
Emily as of Emily's Arbor fame?
That we were just working at.
Yeah. So that's Tennyson's wife, and that's what was his name? Sorry.
George Frederick. So that's Ellen.
George Frederick Rott's wife. Right. Another little detail in terms of modelling that I pointed it out, but not while we were filming. In this window, the figure of Christ there is taken from the Light of the World, and it was by Mr.
William Holman Hunt.
Hunt, yes. And the model in that painting was Christina Rossetti.
Yeah, the barn door is also in Yule.
And the barn door was taken from Yule. Right. Yes, there seems to be a theme in Victorian pre-Raphaelite painting of using wives or ladies' faces for Christ or figures.
Because he's meant to be the masculine and the feminine together.
Mm.
So the figure use a feminine face and put masculine features like the beard.
Sums up all humanity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it captures the.
That's interesting.
Well,
And that's
it's
quite a pre-Raphaelite thing to do, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's been a lot of Christ's qualities
Mm.
were considered quite feminine, like meekness and humility.
Right. So to get across that more, yeah. And any idea model for that one? Good Shepherd.
No.
Right, we've just walked back up to the gardens at Farringford House. Just up there. We have 10 or 15 minutes to spare before the tour begins. We shan't video the tour itself. I don't know if that would be allowed. No, but yeah. We'll go on a tour of the house. So that's Lord Tennyson's house, where he stayed with his wife
And children.
and children. Thank you for that input, my little pre-Raphaelite nerd.
He's not pre-Raphaelite.
Oh, he's not a pre-Raphaelite. He's just Victorian, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where I lost to with that one.
I don't have a degree in it. Some beautiful flowers here and the arches too. And then after the tour of the house, we'll have some lunch, find some shade, and then we'll be getting the bus down to the Needles, which is the Isle of Wight's sort of premier attraction, I suppose. So we've just finished our lunch.
You want a donut?
Having had, I don't want a donut.
I said internet.
I don't think the internet can receive a donut. Not with that attitude, but.
You want a donut, people?
Anyway, we've had the tour around the house. Lovely building, lots of historic items of interest. And we're going to get a bus down to the viewpoint of over the Needles. We were going to walk it via the Tennyson Monument, which is a monument to him erected by his son in memory, because he is buried in Westminster Abbey, of course, in Poets' Corner. But we just don't have enough time, and it's also quite hot. I mean, it's quite warm and sunny. We don't really want to be having what would be about a 1.5 hour walk along a shadeless coastal path. So we're just going to get the bus straight to the Needles instead.
You also enjoy your time at the Needles?
And yes, and we will need to...
Jonathan's going on a chairlift.
No, I'm not. Right, we're at the Needles. The first thing we went on is a chairlift. I'm not sure if I meant to have a camera out on this, but never mind.
So at your own risk, I believe.
I'm what? Oh, it's at my own risk. Well, I'm sure the IGS can... oh, someone dropped their water bottle. Yeah, and so the purpose of this is to give a really good view of the Needles, yeah?
No, this is getting down in Bay.
This is to get down to Ellen Bay, and that's connected to the Needles? Sort of, okay.
There are 2 landmark attractions in one.
I should probably... I'm worried my hat will blow off, so I'll just take that off and hold it. So it's 2 attractions in one, Ellen Bay and the Needles.
Yeah.
Now, I last came here in 2006. I didn't go on the chairlift because I was, 11. Oh, there's the Needles. Well, I won't zoom in because I'll get other people on the chairlift. But, oh wow, it's a lovely view.
Yeah.
And you were last here?
Don't remember. Well, I was last here with them.
More recently than me.
Yeah.
More like 2015 maybe or so. Yeah. Okay. Oh, people are shouting, why has it stopped? I don't know. That's not worrying.
We probably need to get someone who needs a bit more help.
Yeah, maybe someone needed help getting on. Anyway, we're on the chairlift. It's a lovely view, but I don't want to get people in the shot because they're not consenting to that, of course. It's not over there though. I'll just zoom in. Over there, you can see what I'd assume is, what would that be? Portsmouth adjacent?
Well, we're on the south side of the island now, so that's not Portsmouth at all.
No, that would be...
I don't know where. England. England.
Would that be Swanage, maybe?
Probably.
It's not even zoomed. It's not even focused. I've just been talking to blurs. There we go.
That
could be Swanage. I don't know. I'd have to look up the map. So apparently you can see Swanage from the Needles. I would have thought it wouldn't be quite so clear as that.
No. Well, it's nuanced on.
When we get down there, I'll... Oh, I shouldn't have looked down.
Nice.
This...
I'm having a great time.
You're having... Do you like it?
I forgot this bit.
Okay. I'm going to put my camera away.
Oh, it's nice. Look, there's a boat.
Yeah, there's a boat.
Look at the Needles. It's great.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. Let's look at the Needles, everyone. The Needles are over there. This is a natural formation of chalk pillars. Just don't look down. Yeah, that's a lighthouse at the end of them. No, it is very picturesque. It's a lovely view. Let's just zoom out again and get a panorama of it all. So, Needles, chairlifts going up and down.
That's the boat.
There's a boat.
Don't film that for
And and this is Allen Bay, which has all the different sand, different colours of sand from the cliffs eroding into the sea. There's very rapid erosion in here, so there's different rocks and sands. I mean, you can see there different colours of sand. There's like a general sort of beige, and there's a richer orange in the middle there. The cliffs as well. Right, I'll turn the camera off now because I'm worried on top of it as we get off the lift. Right, so back down on terra firma now, just about. Here at the lovely cliffs on this far western corner of the Isle of Wight, Allen Bay and the Needles. One item of interest we found. It is often the case as cliffs collapse in a road that fossils come out of them. The Jurassic Coast a bit further on is quite famous. Now we found what appears to be a fossil of something, but form your own opinions on what that might have come from. So as I tried to explain on the chairlift, the cliffs here are very crumbly and also well known for the difference in colours. I think that's quite, you can really see the difference there. I mean, I hope this is coming out well in the video, but there's some whites, there's yellows, there's browns, greys, beiges. It's very different colours there. It's not just chalk, it's I mean, I'm not, in terms of mineral composition, I'm not really sort of sure. Probably different types of mud. Okay, so you can see the contrast even more dramatically here. The blacks, golds, and oranges. Again, I really hope this is showing up on the picture. Very vivid colours here. Also, evidence of the very rapid erosion that this cliff face is subject to. A very recent collapse here, obviously. Caution, do not enter. This is very dark. It looks like it's been burned almost, and it hasn't. It's just the minerals, but it's very dark sand coming off of that. So we've just been at the Needles attraction amusement place. I'm not really sure what they call it. It had all the shops and stalls. That was at the top of the chairlift. Now, on the bus back to our hotel, we should see the Tennyson Monument. We saw it on the way here, I just couldn't manage to capture it on film. So hopefully it was around here. There it is, I'll just zoom in. Oh dear, that's shaky, isn't it? I'll just put a photo in that we took. You join us now on the second day of this IGS expedition. The decision has been made that instead of a standard one-day expedition, we were going to go to West Wight. Now it's just the expedition to the Isle of Wight. So today we'll be going to Osborne House, which was the residence of Queen Victoria, and tomorrow to Carisbrooke Castle, which is the main castle of the island. We just arrived at Osborne House, walking through the gardens here. There have been a few showers, but rain seems to have stopped now. So, Osborne House, this was the house of Queen Victoria,
Yep.
and her husband Albert. And was this built for her?
No, she bought it.
She bought it, so it already existed. Oh, just going through the trees here. Yeah, that's
They
good.
did all their renovations and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
To make it all fancy, like. Which I'm sure you'll learn more about when we get in there.
I'm sure we will. And so you said this was like the Sandring of their day, really?
Yeah. Yeah, withdraw from public life.
But here we are. This is Osborne House. So we've just come out from Osborne House. Lots of beautiful artworks and statues and artefacts in there. No, we weren't actually allowed to film in there, so you should have just seen a slideshow of photos. We're now in the gardens, just outside the house itself. Some grey skies over there, but we've been alright so far, just a few drops. Over there we have a fantastic view going all the way over to Portsmouth. Just about make out Spinnaker Tower. What distance there? That's mainland. Well, it's not strictly speaking mainland. It's Portsea Island, but it's that's Portsmouth on the other side of the Solent, and we're of course over here on the Isle of Wight. We're now walking down towards Queen Victoria's private beach, just down the road down the path from Osborne House. Now what's interesting about this beach is that it was only reopened to the public not really that long ago, and prior to that nobody had really been down there since the days the royal family lived at Osborne House. In the intervening time, various species had re-emerged in that area, and so this little beach is now, I hope he gets on time. This little beach is now classified as a site of special scientific interest. So while one is allowed on the beach itself, you're not allowed in the sea. Is that right? What are you saying?
Yeah, that's right.
You say you think it's a type of kelp?
I am trying to remember it was type of kelp based on information I read once on a sign 10 years ago.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, I'm sure there'll be more signs there when we get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that should be interesting. Lots of big old oaks around here as well. Apparently quite a few are planted by Prince Albert. Including some which, weirdly enough, blocked out the view, which the signs sort of passively aggressively criticised him for. So we're at the beach now. This shingle beach is ecologically sensitive. Do not cross the ropes. So you can access the beach by going down these little walkways here, but vegetation here is obviously quite sensitive. No dogs. And there's a Punch and Judy show going on over there. Yes, this is Queen Victoria's private beach. Right, so this is Victoria Fort and Albert Barracks, which was made for the princes to play in as a toy soldiers and the like. We're in
the next
maybe. We are in the vicinity of Swiss Cottage. Swiss Cottage, which is the children's sort of play area. Their giant Wendy house.
It's there.
But of course, okay, it's over there. Why are we going this direction?
Because I'm taking pictures of the drawbridge.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, so this whole area was the princes, so Victoria and Albert's children's princes and princesses play area. So they've got the toy fort there. I say toy fort, made of real bricks, obviously. Even a cannon. And and this building here is where the Victoria sponge originated. This is the birthplace of the Victoria sponge. Behind it is Swiss Cottage. We can't really go inside today because it's closed for renovations, but we can look around the outside. And there's a plane going overhead. Having just survived being caught out in a thunderstorm with a very little umbrella and no raincoats, we hid under a bus stop. We're now coming up to the walled garden, which is over there. Well, that sign says it's... Oh no, that's the wheelchair app. Right, that's the accessible route. Pause the video if you want to read that. And we're now entering the walled garden, which I believe in Persian is literally paradise.
You can see that it's just been raining.
Yep, I think it's quite, yeah. What was it?
They've done that thing that I can't remember the name of.
What, hybrid? Like,
no,
merge them together?
Terry will know. Like, you divide the apple tree up so it goes like along a wall or something. They turned it into the hedge.
Oh, right, so this is a tree. This isn't a vine. This is a tree which they've shaped to go along the...
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. A rectagonal tree.
Rectagonal.
Rectagonal?
I don't think that's the word.
No, that's not the rectangular. What am I talking about? A rectangular tree. Yeah. I believe it's known as espalier, which is when you grow a tree or shrub flat against a wall to maximise its access to sunlight. I knew that all along. Now this is very interesting. It says, warning hazardous area, and just looking in there, there's lots of bees flying in and out. So, I'm assuming there's a hive. Just in the roots of this big old oak tree. It is an oak tree, isn't it? Yeah, it's an oak tree, yeah. Just don't go too close. Of course, there's a man here ignoring that and sticking a camera in it, but they're just honeybees, they shouldn't, you know, they're not aggressive.
I think they more just don't want kids running in there.
Yeah, they don't want kids running in there, but as long as they don't disturb the hive, it should be safe. Yeah, quite a few of them fine, but definitely a hive in there. Day 3 of the IGS expedition to the Isle of Wight, and we're currently on our way to Carisbrooke Castle, up this footpath next to a road. It's quite steep, but we'll get there.
Half a mile.
Half a mile. Just taking a bit of a break in this quite shady little spot here. Just emerged from the woods to our first view of the castle. Getting a bit closer now. See the moat running along the outside, the boundary of the castle. And the English heritage flag was flying above. It's gone behind a tree now. Now just passing underneath the gatehouse into the main castle site. The central, like the governor's apartments there. Onto the walls. I should probably read the guide before attempting narration, to be honest. So this is the castle chapel. The chapel of St. Nicholas in Castro, which of course means in the castle. Rebuilt by Princess Beatrice, Queen Victoria's daughter, in 1904, to the memory of King Charles I. 1904, sorry. Memory of Charles I, who of course was imprisoned here just after the Civil War. It's said to be decorated in 1929 as the Isle of Wight.
Princess Beatrice's son, who's died in Egypt.
Egypt, yes. I don't know if it's showing up on the footage, but there's listed names. Yeah. War dead. And around the top of the chapel, the coats of arms of various regiments, I'd assume. Another Victorian garden here. This one's just next to St. Nicholas's Chapel that we were just in. So this is Princess Beatrice's garden, the youngest daughter of Queen Victoria, who was Governor of the Isle of Wight and stayed at the castle. These are her gardens, which were restored in 2009, did that plaque say? Yeah. Who's this? General Jack Seeley. tree? Yeah.
Because brown turkey.
Where's it say there? Now we're going to walk the walls around the castle. There's two separate staircases, one here, one there. This seems to use the gatehouse. I don't know if the gatehouse is a separate route, but we'll find out. We've just been in the museum, which is over there, which is very interesting. Photography was permitted, but we just didn't take many photos because I think we were just too interested looking at the exhibits. Adjusting to the light. Oh, it's lovely and cool in here. You can pause that if you want to read it. I'm sorry? Oh. Yes, a very authentic plug socket. So we just come down from the gatehouse, from the inside. It goes all the way up there, and round. Couldn't get onto walls that way, so we're going to now. Yes, we have fun. There was you could try on different helmets, and there is a cannon that you could look at. So we'll now go up onto the battlements, onto the walls.
Can't see it.
No. Right, we're up on the walls now. This is the overhaul of the castle, and also this lovely view. Zoom in a bit. I believe we're facing west. Yes, should be. So that's the Great Hall, which is now the museum. There's the Church of St Nicholas we were in earlier, chapel in Castro. And that is the guard's gatehouse, on which there's a video on loop about the history of the castle. That's the keep of the castle over there, and flying from it is the flag of English heritage. We're now inside the castle keep. Here we have an 11th century well. The keep, of course, needed to have its own water supply because in moving to the siege, if all else failed, the defenders could fall back to the keep, and that needs a water supply. So this is just quite carefully. Please don't drop the camera. The well going all the way down there. Yeah, that is quite a view. Right, we can see Newport. So that is Newport Minster. We're staying up there somewhere. Can't quite make it out. So we're still up on the keep, and we've just realised you can just about make out Osborne House, where we were yesterday. I'm going to zoom in. That's as far as it goes. But, where was it? There it is. So that's where we were yesterday, Osborne House.
I'm taking this for a second, we've got a bug on the inside.
Okay. Right, so down here is the castle's gunpowder magazine. And over here are the donkeys. Yes, there are donkeys at Carisbrooke Castle. Let's go and have a look.
That was a low blow, you know?
Reread it. So the donkeys were used to raise water for the castle from the castle well. Pause if you want to read.
Wait, this is when they were littler. This is when they were littler. These are when they were littler.
Yeah. We're going to give them some others then.
Yeah. I like horses. I like donkeys.
And then this is the last place we haven't seen yet, and this is the bowling green. It's a hogspit, isn't it? Yeah, this was he was playing bowls by King Charles I. Wide open space, or like amphitheatre-esque terraces around the edge.
Over there, another pretend cannon.
Oh, what?
Pretend cannon.
I don't know if pretend or not, but yeah, there is a cannon over there in the corner. But, yeah, that seems to be Carisbrooke Castle done. Exit through gift shop.